You strutted through life with a head held high, a sparkle of mischief, a gleam in your eye. You had a rough start, but you found your place, a family to love and wide open space. He searched for a love, he called through the days, a heart full of hope in so many ways. A flirt, a clown, sometimes a fuss, but he made the whole farm feel more like us. A tough old bird with a spirit so bright, you made us laugh while running in fright. Corny, our friend, with a life lived so bold, your story lives on forever retold. You were home, you were heart, part of our day, a fierce little soul with the funniest ways. We'll miss your calls, your feathers and show, but love never leaves. We love you, Cornholio.
Just give me a reason, just a little bit something for love in all the wrong places. Look, oh, buddy, run, buddy, listen. Did you hear that? I just need to be burnt.
Well, he's approaching you very slowly. See how long you can stand there before you freak out.
You didn't cornholio on your boot, right?
I'm trying to get him on, but he's coming back.
My opinion, but he is by far the ultimate survivor.
A tough old bird with a spirit so bright, you made us laugh while running in fright. Corny, our friend, with a life lived so bold, your story lives on forever retold. You were home, you were heart, part of our day, a fierce little soul with the funniest ways. We'll miss your calls, your feathers and show, but love never leaves. We love you, Cornholio.
Cornholio! Say it right, or don't say it at all.
Cornholio was a very special fella. We miss him
a lot.
Well, good morning and hi to hello. That gurgling sound you hear is our coffee maker. That's not my tummy, I promise.
Hey, y'all.
Even though I am hungry, I could have absolutely went for a kolache. The problem with going on a little bit of a road trip with Jamie is the fact that we get out of our routine. And anyone who travels on occasion, bless you, anyone that travels on occasion knows that you do things on road trips that you normally wouldn't do if you were home.
But it was only one day. It was like we left that morning and we weren't even gone 12 hours.
True, but we stopped to eat twice. We also, every time we stopped to get gas or to stretch our legs, we'd also get a bag of pretzels or a soda. So it's okay. It makes the road trip fun. I will say something that you guys probably don't know. And Jamie would never talk about this. I don't know why she wouldn't. But the way there was a long trip. It felt long to get there. The way home was a lot faster. And it's all because of one reason. Jamie was going to show me her Bluetooth radio, how she could take her phone and find any song and put it in that.
And the whole motorhome becomes a concert.
It's like a concert hall. So I started talking about 90s country, guys. I love me some 90s country.
Well, we drove by a bar called the Neon Moon. That's what sparked it. So we both started singing Neon Moon.
Yeah, we sure did. We drove past a bar somewhere, and it was called the Neon Moon. And next thing you know, I'm sitting there singing and whistling Neon Moon. And so Jamie's like, oh, hold on, I'll show you something. I had no idea that she even had this feature. And she starts going to her phone, and all of a sudden, in a rundown bar on my side of town. So then I just start singing, and then Jamie has to be fair. Now it's her turn. So she goes to some song that she sings. I have no idea. Jamie's music and my music is so different. We grew up and obviously, well, you know that she grew up north of the Mason-Dixon line.
But
y'all.
hold on, my
She's a
music taste is actually older than Lester's music taste is.
Yeah, coffee clinch to you
I
all.
saw the sticker. Works great with single serve coffee makers. Okay.
She grew up north of the Mason-Dixon. If you guys don't know what that is, you don't know much. Do you know what that line is?
Yes, I do, but I still
That
have.
divides the old South and the old North. Okay.
I have way more expansion points in my music, and it
She's
goes way.
She's better versed. She's better
I'm not
versed.
better versed. It just goes. Mine goes way back because I had a mom who we listened to music in our house. That's all we did.
Yeah.
We didn't have cable or anything like that. So when we were home, the radio was on, and this is what I was telling Lester on the way up there. It's crazy because now I don't know any new music that has come out, because in the 90s you listened to what was fed to you, what was played, and whatever came on, and you listened to it on repeat because that's what came on, unless you made a tape.
Yes.
But those are the songs that are in my head forever. So it was like 90s music. Of course, I had to throw in some Merle, some Willie, some Waylon. And I would say that those are older songs that Lester didn't know. And the only reason I know them is because of my mom.
And then, boy, I'll tell you what. Now, that was a 3.5 hour drive in the RV. We don't drive quite as fast as we would in a vehicle, obviously. And there's a couple of construction spots. But the thing is, that 3 hours was the fastest 3 hours. And I sang everything from Duran Duran.
He did.
And now I'm hungry like the wolves. And if you know Duran Duran, at one point, a woman starts screaming, like howling. And the wolves are after her. And he's hungry like the wolves. And, and I know every word down to the woman's scream when she's being hunted by the wolf.
And I cut it off before the scream. And he was like,
Yeah, why did you do
stopped
that?
It.
So I had to actually
I
go back and
didn't know.
sing it on my own and rehum the woman screaming in the background. Now, she wasn't really screaming, y'all, just so you know. But no, we went from, we went Duran Duran. We went to Boy George. We hit everything, y'all. We hit it all.
we
Cher.
had George Strait, Tracy.
In life after love.
We had a full-blown concert the whole ride home. And the Geneva, when Lester says that it rocks, I mean it. It's like halfway up, and it's throughout the whole RV, and it is a full-blown party in there. And it was dark, and we were singing at the top of our lungs, and we were both laughing. And then like it was my song, then his song.
No, hold on. Well, we were not really both laughing. You were laughing at me because of my angel voice. You guys know
what song was that you like full on went angel voice in?
I don't remember, but most songs I do go angel voice.
I did not get to record that.
Probably Cher. No, we don't record stuff like that. You know, we don't record everything.
It was so fun though.
But Jamie sings pretty, and I just sing in my angel voice. But no, it was a lot of fun, and it was crazy how many songs came back. And then, of course, in typical girl fashion, she starts asking me, who does this song remind you of? And I'm like, the hell, I ain't going to say that. I will never tell you what song
it's one of the songs that's always in his head. Always in his head. It wasn't Titanic. It's the song that's always in his head and that he's used in multiple videos and things like that. And I was like, who does this song remind you of? And he was like, nobody. And I was like,
and you know,
so then I played Nobody. That was
today.
After the song we played at the pulling in.
She hung up when I asked her name, and I wonder, do she think she's being clever?
Clever.
Well, you say that nobody's at. Anyway,
we had a really good time in our personal private concert in the RV on the way home that Lester didn't know was a feature, because I always tell him, he's like, what do you do when you drive the whole time? I'm like, I sing. I just turn on music and sing at the top of my lungs. And then YouTube is really clever because I do it through YouTube. It gets in the niche. It like takes everything that you're listening to, and it'll like take you to the next one.
Find you the one that you want to hear next.
Even though it's like one that I had totally forgotten about. And then all of a sudden I'd be like, oh, we got to replay that. We got to redo it because now I remember it.
Yeah. Now I would never tell her. I did tell her 2 songs that reminded me of women from my way back there. Okay. Way back there. And one of them was that song Love Bites from Def Leppard, because this girl broke me in half back in high school. I loved her with everything I had to love. And she ran off with this senior in high school, college bound athlete guy. And I was probably maybe a sophomore. And boy, I loved her. And she took off and left me for him. And so I remember me and my friend named John, we drove around in my car and we played Def Leppard Love Bites.
In your fan shaking days.
And I cried and sang and cried and sang. You know, that looking back, I probably should not have admitted that to you all. And that was one song that I remember that reminded me of a girl, and it still does, even though looking back, I know that girl today, and I am so happy we did not end up together. Okay. So God has a plan.
What
guys.
was the other song?
It was REO Speedwagon. I can't fight this feeling any longer, but still I have the need to let it show. Stop whenever you're ready. What started out as friendship has grown stronger.
And who is that girl?
Her name was Maria, but not the Maria that you know. This was a Maria back in like 7th grade. And Maria, I liked her. We sat together in class and we talked like friends. Even though I was only her friend, to me, she was like my love goddess. I loved her, but I didn't know how to tell her. And then Maria ended up dating this guy named Wayne and completely wasn't allowed to talk to me anymore. And I would go home after school, get off the bus, put on that cassette tape, and I would just play it and sing it and cry and play it and sing it and cry. So those are the only 2 songs that I ever talked about that remind me of some other woman. Okay.
That's all he would confess to.
I would
like,
never
no,
bring up anything more recent. There ain't
why
no
would you
way.
say it? And he's like, nothing.
Nah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Here I am just trying to have a real conversation. No, he's not going to share. Those are in the vault of Lester.
Well, here's the scary thing about it, because if you're not careful, okay, women know dates. Women can remember when songs came out, and they know timelines in their head. So I don't want to be a one-man band. I don't want to roll the roads alone or whatever. And she's like,
yeah,
I knew you then. I knew you that we were already a year into our relationship then. And I'm like, and then I get caught like a deer in the headlights, y'all. I'm like, and then I get caught like a deer in the headlights. Okay. One Man Band came out in 2008. Oh my God.
That's one of my most favorite songs.
And I met her. Oh Lord. And I realized real fast that I just need to keep my mouth shut. If I'll just keep my mouth shut, she can't get it out of me. Okay. Okay.
Seriously, that song?
No. That's not one of my favorite songs. I'm just saying, as an example, I can't tell her the songs that are more recent because I end up getting myself caught.
You're stumbling a little. Are you sure it's not that song?
I'm positive it's not that song.
Oh, okay. I do love that song, though.
I know you do. And I wonder why you do. And I wonder who it reminds you of.
It's a good song. That song doesn't remind me of anybody, yay. That one doesn't.
Even though this
but there is a song.
Even though this here is the girl that would love to karaoke bar with her boyfriends. I wasn't never a karaoke bar kind of a guy. Never did karaoke bars.
I'll
Jamie
do it
did.
with a boyfriend, without a boyfriend, with girls. Yeah. No, there was a song. So in high school, I went to a sophomore dance with a guy named DJ, and he drove an old Firebird, and he was from a different school. Okay. So he came and he got to the dance and he was acting all weird. And I just told him, I was like, maybe you should just go. Like, maybe this isn't for us. Like, we were just dating. An hour later, I can't find him, and we leave.
Oh no.
And he's out in the car, and he has this song, "Here I Go Again on My Own,"
Oh,
blaring, and you can hear it as we're walking
Going
out of the
down
dance.
only road I ever known.
Needless to say, that relationship didn't flourish. But that song is one that I'll never forget for that reason. But yeah, when I asked that question, I didn't necessarily mean like,
So
now.
we can fight and argue.
no, I meant like there are music times in your life that music signifies something, triggers something in people. It like is a memory around things. And that was just a funny one for me.
Yeah, I remember a funny story with my mom and my dad. My mom, when she started making videos, she talked about a boyfriend in high school, the one that she was going to marry until she met my dad.
Oh,
Boy, when my dad found out she made that video, he was not happy. He was not happy. Now, listen, guys, we're talking, what, 50, 60 years ago?
yeah.
So women and men, they can sometimes not get over stuff. They cannot get over stuff. But I think his name was Jimmy, if I'm not mistaken. And that was my mom's first love, Jimmy.
Your whole family does love karaoke, by the way.
Yeah.
We have prom and it just turns into karaoke. And I've been thinking about that. If we ever did another prom, we should just have a karaoke party because that's
all they want to do.
That's all everybody wants to do.
Why waste money on anything else like costumes and grand? Yeah, just give them the karaoke.
We just show up with a tailgate and a microphone, and every Mara will be happy. And food, and a fridge full of
Gotta
Dr.
have
Pepper
food.
for Levi.
Yeah, gotta have food and lots of Dr. Peppers.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
good times.
No, but we had a nice time driving home, and so next time we go, I told Jamie, go ahead and plan. Please, I says, please be fair in giving
He
me.
did say this.
I'm like, I don't want to only hear your music all the way. But see, here's the thing. With me, I only need to hear a snippet to bring back the memory, to give me a little song in my head, and we move on to the next one. No offense, but Jamie wants to sing the entire song.
Oh no, I would rather I would rather flip through. I thought you wanted the full blown after the Hungry Like the Wolves thing. I really thought
That was only the only song where I wanted to scream like the woman being devoured by a wolf. Everything else, I just need to hear a little snippet to
I
get
didn't
my
know
head.
that because I was like over songs long before it.
She
I
was
was
just
done. I was like,
going
I'm
and
done.
singing and singing. I'm like, I'm in my mind, I'm trying to be polite, and I'm just driving along, and I'm like, I wonder if it's too soon to say switch. You know, give me enough.
Oh, I was ready to switch by the chorus of each song.
Oh no.
Like chorus is done, I don't need second verse if we're going back in time like that. And we only had a certain amount of time, so like our window of getting home was shorter and shorter and shorter, and we were running out of time to play these songs. It was really fun, y'all. It was the first time that we've done that, like legit.
I'm gonna make one other admission. Now,
What?
the songs in my head were songs in my head from the days of when music was a lot more important to me than it is right now. But I felt like Jamie was doing this subconscious thing. Like she was subconsciously trying to play songs to send me subliminal messages. She was trying to play her song selections to send me messages,
Like what song?
or to read my reaction, to see how I was going to react to certain songs.
No, I just like the songs. There were a lot of songs that I thought you should know from that era that you didn't know. And that kind of surprised me. But like then when you got into like Duran Duran and REO Speedwagon, I realized that it was a little bit earlier than what I was trying to play.
Well, excuse me.
Oh, we both knew that one.
But I think you got my chair. Some people don't know this song.
Because in the 90s, it was country for me. And in the 90s, I think it was way more diverse for you. You had a lot more diversity. And especially you were in clubs already then.
Yeah.
So like Lester's music was much different than
Oh yeah,
my living room music.
My 90s were a lot of Nirvana, a whole lot of Depeche Mode. You know Depeche Mode? You don't know Depeche Mode? Depeche Mode. Guys, please tell me about Depeche Mode. Jamie doesn't know Depeche Mode.
See, this is what I'm talking about. I was very much like George Strait, Alan Jackson, Tim McGraw, Colin Ray. Like all of that was that era for me. And Lester's like, play Nirvana, play. What else did you tell me to play that was like I was like, I've never heard this in my whole life.
I don't know, Jamie.
It
But
was fun. It was a really good time. It did make the drive so much shorter. In the dark, there's nothing to see. So like daytime driving is dynamically different than nighttime driving. And
we played the crying game. We
we
played.
did play the crying game.
We played multiple versions of it. Yeah, we had a good time. I don't even know how we got talking about that, Jamie.
You said that there was things that you didn't want me that you didn't think I'd want to admit, and I thought you were going to talk about the part where you leaned the chair back and put your feet up.
I took my shoes off first. I wanted, so I had to stretch my legs. And, you know, a guy like me with a couple of bad knees, sometimes sitting down for too long can be a little overwhelming.
But I was so happy that you did and realized that you could.
So I was in the passenger seat, and she was driving because she wanted to. I never asked her to drive.
No, I said, let me drive.
She wanted to drive. And so I pushed my seat back all the way, leaned it back, and then I took off my shoes and I put my legs straight up across the dash.
And it was comfy.
And she has that dash is huge. So yeah, and that was a really comfy. And I leaned back with my phone. I'm reading comments and playing around with videos, and that was comfy.
You didn't have to be my bus driver the whole time. I felt proud to be able to drive him. That's something that hasn't happened yet to date. And he was like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yes, I want to drive." And also, like, it's fair to be able to go back and forth. Plus, I've driven it twice now across the country, three times.
Jamie does not drive like she did at first. She's not doing the grandma driving. She's actually getting up to 70 miles an hour and sticking with the big trucks now.
Yeah, I'm good to go now. I feel very confident in driving it and my visuals and like how to, all of those things now. It took a few times, but I do. So it was nice that I got to drive and he got to have some relaxation versus just being the chauffeur all day long. It was good. It was a good little trip. You ready to go again?
I'm trying to remember a song that from the Depeche Mode to remind people, but keep talking.
One of the neatest parts, though, I know we've talked about it a few times. When we stopped and we bought stuff to make Coke floats, it was like, I don't know, that was one of the neatest things of like, get back to the RV and in the RV, go ahead and make it and be able to have all the parts ready in the RV. It was just like one of those things that was like, yep, this is why. This was one of the really neatest pieces. Do you need me to look it up for you?
No, I mean, I know some of the songs people were saying Personal Jesus. That was not, I like the dancing song. So I didn't really care for the ballads. I like the dancing songs part of it, the Depeche Mode. Anyway, it's all good. I will say thank you. You guys have been very sweet. You guys who watch my videos, I know right now we're on both Jamie's and my channels, and there's some who don't do the Longhorn Lesters or the I'm a Survivor, and I completely understand and I respect that.
Or from Suits to Boots. I mean,
there might be some who don't watch from Suits to Boots too. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you guys know that I have recently tried my hand at making a few extra dollars for the Christmas season, doing a couple of sponsorships. Jamie got me into it. Jamie knows people. We know people who, other video creators, the Arms family, Keeping It Dutch, Cog Hill, a lot of these folks, Eddie Family Farm, folks that you also know will do sponsorships. And I wasn't real sure about it at first, but I went ahead and got involved in it. And I've had a lot of fun. I'm going to tell you, I've had a lot of fun. For those who don't know, let me give you a little snippet, Jamie, of one of my recent snippets. Let me back it up.
Hey, what you doing? Going shopping or checking your bank again?
Have you ever heard of privacy?
Nope. And what I'm doing isn't even illegal.
Sponsored by.
And that is why I use Surfshark VPN. It keeps nosy neighbors and anyone else from spying on you while you're online.
Hey, what? Where'd you go? Huh?
Connor is so good at that.
I'm invisible, buddy.
Stay safe. stay invisible. Surf anywhere. So we have fun. Oh, how did I do that, Jamie?
Remove down here.
Remove. Guys, give me 1 second. I propped some, there we go. I had popped them. No, I've had fun doing those, and I understand that that's not for everybody, and you've already been bombarded with ads all over the darn place. But I want to say thank you for those who've been supportive and have allowed me to find fun in creative ways. Connor and Lex that morning, I made that video last Saturday. And so that just goes to show you how far out the videos sometimes have to be, because you can help me with this process. You have to make the video and then send it to your agent. Isn't that crazy? I have an agent. I do. I have 2 agents, guys. I have 2 agents. Actually, Jamie has 3. She's fancier than I am. But I have 2 agents, and I have to send that to them, and then they have to review it. And then they have to make sure that that is what the brand is looking for.
Yeah.
And then they will send that to the brand. In this case, it was a place called Surfshark. Now, I don't know much about Surfshark. I don't know much about VPNs, but what I was reading about it in my little brief, the notes, it was saying that it's a way to keep your privacy online from all of these different things. So I tried to find a fun way to incorporate it into a cute, understandable video called The Nosy Neighbor. And so Connor played the role of the nosy neighbor. We got him in disguise and in costume, and it's sitting there showing him peeking over at me as I'm online. And he's like, what are you doing? Checking your bank account? You shopping, doing your online shopping? Which really is true. There are nosy neighbors virtually who are watching what you do. Now, right now, this is not an ad. This is not an ad. I'm not doing an ad.
No.
I'm not doing an ad. I'm telling you about my side job of making my ads. And so you can talk. And so I made that little snippet of a little short video to kind of like promote, this is going to be an advertised video. And I had a lot of fun doing it.
Well, yours are very creative, and I love that. The neat part about it for Lester is like, I have seen his like creativity spark, because he's like it's like a challenge almost for you. And you know, Amaro loves a challenge. So it's really neat how he can spin it and twist it. But, for us, it is some extra layers and work. So I've also seen his frustration of like, they don't get it. They don't get it.
No,
I don't know why they don't get it.
Okay, I'm just going to say this, and I don't mean this in a mean way. It's going to come out mean. Foreigners who advertise don't get my humor, y'all. The foreigners don't get my humor. The American companies, they love me. They love me.
But sometimes
But the foreigners have no idea what I'm doing. They don't know.
Because they're like, he didn't follow the script. Well, he made a story, he made it about it. Like, the creativity is really over the top in a good way. But the language barrier sometimes creates a little bit of trouble.
No, so they send you a script. Now, I think that what they would like you to do, because they can only evaluate you based on subjective content, right? Subjectively, they can't evaluate you objectively. That makes sense to you?
Yeah.
So to these guys who don't really maybe have a good grasp of the English language or our humor, they can only evaluate me based on, did I say this? Did I say this? Did I say this? Did I say this? I found a different way to approach it, and they don't always get my humor. Now, I am going to show you one more that Jamie has not seen yet, and I'm going to gauge her reaction because I actually used her as a part of my skit, and she had no idea.
Wait, has it played yet?
No.
You can't.
It's not the whole ad. This is just a snippet.
Okay. Does it say the product name?
I don't know.
Okay. Well.
All right. So watch this. This is hilarious. I think it's hilarious. Uh-oh. Let me pause it. Now, this is never before seen footage.
Well, what are you wearing? Khakis? Blue socks? and brown suede shoes. Woo-wee! Well, right now I'm just wearing my moo-moo, and I got my hair up in a bun. Hold on. I think someone's coming.
I'll stop it right there before I get myself in any more
I
trouble.
would never admit
So
that
what
I
are
was
you
wearing
wearing?
a moo first of all.
Khakis, blue socks, and brown shoes. Well, I'm wearing a moo and my hair's in a bun. It was a similar ad for privacy and how we all want to have our privacy and not have our privacy invaded. Even though I had a little bit of fun making fun of Jamie on that one. When that video comes out, don't y'all be mean to me, because that does not really happen. That was not her voice. That was my voice in a voiceover, okay? I have an app that I can create. I can read stuff in my voice and then change it to sound like different things, okay? So I'm sitting there with my little cup, hearing Jamie, not giving her privacy. And anyway,
It's very creative.
I just try to find ways to make y'all enjoy it. I know, but listen, but if you don't, then always know that there's going to be an actual video on there. Just skip it.
That's what I was going to say.
Just skip it.
You have every right to skip it. You also, we are not asking you to buy,
Hold on.
click, participate.
They thought that you were talking to Jake from State Farm. That is kind of how the commercial went. Yeah.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
Khakis.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but let me reiterate that one more time. We are not asking you to purchase, to participate, to
Nope.
like that is
Nope.
none of that
Nope.
helps or hurts us, for the record.
Nope.
But they are all things that Lester and I do like and will use and do use.
Well, I will use a product. If they send me a product
Yes.
and it works, I'll use it. But just remember, like Jamie said, that we're not getting paid if you buy the product. We're not getting paid extra if you.
By all means, if you want to and it's something you can use, absolutely do. But we are not coming to you and saying, please do this.
No,
We
no.
are sharing what we've learned about an item or a service or
Yeah.
something along those lines.
Yeah,
But feel free to fast forward. It's okay.
yeah. Jamie refused to let me do one. Have you guys ever seen the old? It was like on late night TV. You ever watching late night TV and they had these ads of these starving children in Africa? There's nothing funny about that. In the arms of an angel.
Yeah.
Fly away from here. You know what I'm talking about. And through that song, is that Sarah McLachlan?
Mm-hmm.
Through that song, it would show all of these horrible and sad and just really powerful scenes that would just touch your heartstrings, right? And so I was going to work on an ad where I was using a food product and I was going to show our animals, even though our animals are not starving. Our animals are actually overweight. But I was going to make it look like Ringo was so hungry, like on the fence. In the arms of an angel. And then Imogene putting her head through the fence, trying to grab a cracker. Then Pig Trudy laying there, rolling in her food. But I was going to play that song, and Jamie thought that was just in poor taste. And I'm like, you know what? Sometimes it takes a second person who's not caught up in the creativity. And so I've had some fun with it. I really have. I've had some fun with it.
Yes.
And I want to thank y'all. I just want to thank you guys for allowing me to make that a part of my videos. Not every video. So don't you be like the one lady who says, all I ever see on this channel is ads. Now you're only about making money. Well, I do play one or two a week, and I'm trying to limit it to just a couple a week so that I still have plenty of live streams, plenty of regular videos. And like Jamie said and reminded you, even those videos with the ads will still have content on the end of it.
Yes.
So you're not going to make the only video is going to be about Surfshark, you know.
Can you want more of that?
I'll do it. You talk. I feel like I've been rambling. So my problem right now is there's a dog.
Just back it up.
Okay. I'm having to lift a dog and my chair to back it up. There's dogs all over my feet.
Be careful, we're on the
And I have
Dang.
bad knees.
we're literally on the slide out there, Slammer.
Slammer.
You know what I was thinking of though?
I don't want to know.
No, I actually like was in my head. I was thinking of AC Slater from. Oh my god, help me! Saved by the Bell. But somehow Slammer came out of my mouth. Anyway, the dogs moved.
Yeah, we're out of creamer.
Oh no,
That's the last of it.
he's not saying like so. Full disclosure. When we're out of something in a house, we both will say it out loud to each other to remind ourselves to put it onto the list of purchase. So like last night I was like, we're out of dog food. It didn't mean Lester, jump up and please go get some dog food right now. It actually is the way that we both remember how to reacquire the things that we need is we say it out loud. Because if you keep it inside, the other person, whoever goes to the store first will not remember.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, I was going to cheers you again.
I don't care. Why not?
Why
not?
Did you know mine was mine because of the sticker?
I knew it was yours. Yeah, there is a lady who reminded me there's an entire box of mini creamers underneath that cabinet. And
nice.
yes, there are. But it's easier just to go buy a thing instead of having to get the whole box of those little tiny minis.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have those minis. Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, I do.
I scream it at Siri. She reminds me too much, actually. I didn't know you could tell Siri stuff like that. That's pretty cool.
My son taught me the smartest thing
Did.
that you could use Siri for. So Lex is notorious for setting his phone down and forgetting where he set it. And so what he does is you can catch him all the time saying, "Hey Siri, what time is it?" He can't find his phone.
Did your phone just do it? Or is yours?
I don't have my Siri turned on.
I don't either.
I don't think I do. "Hey Siri, what time is it?"
I think it's on. No.
So I don't set up stuff like that. But Lex has his Siri set up to where whenever he talks or asks her a question, and then she begins to talk back to him. "Hey Siri, count to 10. 1, 2." And all of
So
a
then
sudden
he can find it.
He can find his phone.
Which is brilliant.
Yeah. Kids are so smart this day and age. Kids are so very smart, the things they figure out.
It's true. I
So-
would have never thought of that. And I lose my phone a lot, especially during dress season. Not so much during wintertime. When I have pants and I have a pocket, it can go in my pocket. But when I'm wearing a dress all summer long and doing projects outside, I'll set my phone down. I can't tell you how many times I've had to go in and be like, Lester, will you call my phone?
"Hey Siri, where are you?"
I think you ever set on Do Not Disturb.
I got to figure it out. Yeah. So you got to have your settings right or it's not going to happen. "Hey Siri." Maybe I have Siri turned off.
I think you do.
Do you know where it's at on here?
No.
I think it's one of the main things, isn't it?
Go to general, maybe.
I just want to show you how this works.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know how to
can't
work.
I don't even think I have Siri on my phone.
You have Siri.
Well, don't let this stop you from talking to me. Go ahead.
I'm just reading. You can tell Siri to call your phone too. What?
Siri will call your phone?
But you have to have Siri turned on. That's the thing is I don't have Siri turned on.
I don't either. I'm going to turn it on. If I don't even think I have Siri on my phone. I don't even see it on here.
You do have Siri. Everybody has Siri.
I think I deleted it off of my phone because I thought it was spying on me. I thought Siri was one of those that spy on me.
Hold on. I'm looking. Siri, where are you?
Right. "Hey Siri, where are you?"
I'm going to find it. You
Yes.
keep talking.
Well, I will say that we were very hopeful to get some rain this weekend, but
Apple Intelligence and Siri.
well, turn yours on then.
That's on.
Now say something to it.
Hey Siri. Set an alarm for 10 seconds. All right. So this is what Lex taught me to do. He's like, tell her to set an alarm for 1 second or whatever.
on Apple Intelligence. Siri, found it.
There we go. So anyway, the alarm goes off and then it keeps ringing until you find it. That was the other answer, the other thing. Why is
The colors of the sky fade with the
Okay, so
yours talks like a Brit?
no, an African.
Oh,
Hey Siri.
you got to train your Siri. Maybe you didn't.
Hey Siri. Siri, set an alarm for 10 seconds.
Siri doesn't like you. You
My
haven't
Siri's
trained
not-
your Siri. You got to train your dragon. Yours has a whole new update, by the way. Your
Yeah.
phone is like all different than mine is.
My Siri's not working. But no, my son did teach me that. And I'm like, that is just very, very smart. But here's the thing, I don't lose my phone. So
no, he doesn't.
I don't have to worry about
Because
the
you're a
things.
man and you always have pockets.
Yeah, that's true. But no, it's a pretty smart thing. So if you are the kind of person who loses your phone a lot,
Lindsay says my Siri keeps answering you.
her Siri keeps answering me. Hey Siri, count to 10.
Oh no. My Siri said here. All the Siris in the world are going off because of your voice. That's funny.
This was fun. Hey Siri, how is Lester going to die? It's fun reading the things that you can ask Chat GPT and Siri and all of these different things. You know, I was watching Cog Hill and they were talking about how scary the AI is. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something, and I don't mind admitting this, and Jamie doesn't care either. But you do know that as of right now, with our football fantasy, our Survivor football fantasy game, I invited 22 YouTubers. Well, I invited about 50, but only 22 actually joined. And out of those 22 teams who joined different YouTube channels, as of right now, there's only 4 or 5 remaining. Only 5 remaining. And you guys do know that this girl over here, who does not watch football, who does not keep up with football, she has probably never sat and watched an entire game unless it's Super Bowl commercials. She doesn't really know the terminology of football, but she's still alive because she's determined to play the entire season based only on what Chat GPT tells her to pick.
Yeah.
And so that's just crazy to me that the AI, in this case, Chat GPT, but Jason and Brooke were talking about different videos that you watch that you think that they're real. But the horrible and most scary thing about it is they're able to take real people that you love, that you grew up watching, people that you admire. Let's just take James Earl Jones, or he died, didn't he? Or Mr. Rogers, or people that you really value and that you kind of grew up knowing about. And then the AI can change to make them say something that you totally don't believe in, or something that you don't want to buy into. Let's just say, for example, you see, just give me a figure, a world leader, or someone not political. Just give me a name, Oprah Winfrey. Not Oprah Winfrey. Why not Oprah Winfrey?
I didn't say not Oprah Winfrey.
Let's just say that Oprah Winfrey, someone that we all know, you like her or you hate her, whatever. But Oprah Winfrey comes on and says, right now is a good time to invest in Bitcoin. If you follow this link right here, you're going to invest in the same company that I invest in. Now, you who've been sitting there watching Oprah Winfrey for all these years, you think, well, Oprah would never lie. She makes so much money. Why would she have to lie? And so you go do what she tells you to do. And the whole time it's Oprah Winfrey's face that they can take from anywhere.
And her voice.
And her voice. And they can literally make her mouth move to say what she wants to say.
Which is crazy.
And that's scary. It should be illegal. I don't see how anyone can make that not be downright illegal, like and face jail time for doing stuff like that, because that's like false advertising. And so I'm just trying to let you guys know how scary that is to know.
They have AI now that can like learn your work inbox, like your emails, and can respond on your behalf and then only flag the ones that it didn't know the answer to. And that is nuts, like nuts. That means that it can take away a person's job, like that. All kinds of jobs are then reliant on whatever, the AI is trained to do. And that is scary to me for so many reasons, because how the heck would they know? How the heck can it do that? How does it know how I'm going to make a judgment call or that type of thing? And it is absolutely insane.
I'm going to make a statement that I think is true, but it might not be. I'm going to say that I bet you 99.9% of the AI technology is more relevant in TikToks, short content,
Oh, yeah.
like on YouTube and Facebook, the little shorts or the little reels. Long content like what we do with animals, you're not going to find AI doing stuff like that. They're not, the AI is not there yet
No.
to have an entire 15-minute virtual. But if you're the kind of person who enjoys sitting down to watch TikToks, as a matter of fact, Jamie sent me one, I forgot what it was recently. And I says, Jamie, you know that that's AI. And I had to go in there, and it took like a fine tooth comb to really magnify and show her how I could prove it was AI generated. It was funny as all get out. It was so funny.
I laughed hard.
And then there's another one that I thought was the most horrible thing ever. I opened it up, and you may have seen it yourself. Grandmother, an older grandmother, comes out onto the porch calling her dog. And here comes her puppy running to her, which seems legit. And then here comes a black bear. A black bear comes around the corner. And that black, listen, I'm not making this up. This black bear grabs her by the neck and like, "Rah!" and pulls her off the porch. And Granny's like saying, no, 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 out into the yard. Guys, it's AI generated. That's not real. And so there's multiple ways that you can identify and detect which is AI. In this particular example, it showed different camera angles of that thing, that same thing happening. So, and of course, shadows, the shadow effect.
Shadow's a big deal.
You can see the shadow of the dog, but you can't see the shadow of the bear. And so shadowing, different camera angles, a lot of these things are ways to show you that things were AI generated.
There was one that Lester sent me that he was like, tell me how you can see that this is AI. And I watched it like 4 times. I'm like, I know it is, but I don't know there's something happening. I just can't explain it. And he goes, slow it down at this mark. It was a man that turned into a woman in like a step.
In mid-step, yes, in mid-step.
And it was so fast that you didn't, like, your brain just didn't acknowledge it, which was crazy.
But what gets me is these videos are getting millions of views, which means they're making good money. So whoever is technology savvy enough to put these out, they're taking over the TikToks, the shorts, and the reels. They're making money from putting out fake content, and we're all so dumb that we're sitting there watching it.
I watched it 5 times, so I know I contributed to it.
We're commenting on it. We're sending this off to our friends to look at, and the whole time it's a computer-generated fake video that we're just completely clueless to. So it's kind of scary. I'm going to show y'all something. Go ahead and talk. Give me 3 minutes to find this.
The AI that I have found to be the most helpful in my world, though, besides fantasy football, that's not really that helpful. I found an AI that helps me make presentations. It takes everything that I have and it will put it into this beautiful PowerPoint for me. And for my job, that saves me like probably 10 hours of work because of how beautiful it comes out. Now I still have to edit it and retool and do some things, but it is so advanced, and I love that.
Let me just show you an example. I want to send it over here, okay?
Okay.
You go ahead and keep talking for a minute. Let me get this recorded.
But it is scary, and it is, it leaves us, can you turn that down?
There goes Mahomes.
It leaves us with an unsure feeling of what we're seeing, and the fake parts of it, and just the unsure ability to determine what's real and what's not. This week, when I posted the video of the coffin opening up, driving down the road, if you saw the coffin, so that was actually posted on Facebook, and I posted it on TikTok. It hasn't made it to YouTube yet. We're driving down the road, and there are people who are hauling a dented coffin on the back of this trailer, and it's like, like the lid is lifting up. Eventually, they hit a bump, and the whole thing opens up, and we hurry up and speed past them to be able to tell them. Now we cut the camera off because we wanted to let them know, like, you're about to lose your load person thing. I don't know. And there are people in the comments who are like, that's AI that you made that do that on cue. I'm like, how did I make it? I didn't make it do it on cue.
No, there were people that thought that was AI because our voices were right there with the guys. That legit happened driving down the road. Now, some things are obviously dumb AI, but this is just an example of how real they can make things look. Okay. This is not real. This is completely AI.
going to go out, and those guys are going to have to play.
There goes Mahomes thanking his beloved refs with a warm hug and a kiss on the lips. And there is the exchange of money we were all waiting for. Look how happy they are, folks.
Okay, now, I mean, it's obvious that that's not real. But where in there could you tell? How do they get humans to actually react and to do things or to say things in ways that make it look real? We know it's not, because we know that's not going to happen. Or at least not on TV. No matter what we think about Mahomes or the reffing or anything else, we know this is funny. And if you watch for the humor in it, then there's nothing wrong with that. But you just have to know in your head that there's a lot of things that we watch, especially if it's like propaganda, and we even believe that never happened and was never truly said. And so you got to be very careful this day and age. I mean, and that goes in all realms, from everything, politics to religion to you name it. It's terrifying not to know what's real. You know, they have that thing in the sky. There's this giant thing. I don't even know what they call it. Some kind of a weird name. You know what I'm talking about. It's going to pass by our solar system.
The 12-mile thing.
And it's like huge.
I forget the name of it, but it
has
a
weird scientific name. And, you know, here's the thing. I see so much information about it, and I don't know what's real. And that's scary to know that I just don't know what is real, because where do you go to get a real news source? And it's just so darn scary.
I have something that's real, though, that's out there right now.
What?
Stephanie and Buddy at the Denman Homestead made the dodo. And if you follow the dodo's an animal channel. We've been on the dodo several times.
12 times, Jamie. Just I'm not trying to.
Run Maggie Run was probably one of the biggest dodo events, in addition to your.
Well, the Hurricane Harvey homecoming was huge. Run Maggie Run was huge. A lot of stuff with Tex on the dodo.
Yes, Rolando made the dodo. Ringo made the dodo.
Putting breath back into that puppy's life.
Oh yeah.
Bringing that puppy back was on the dodo.
But Stephanie and Buddy made it. That's their second time. So the first time was when
after the May flooding.
Yeah,
saving the goats.
Saving goats, and now this time it was their puppy rescues, and I thought it was so sweet because it talked about how the mom just. This is funny. That in the video is like the mom was. Like they're alluding to the fact that it came to Stephanie, but Buddy's on the ground and all these puppies are walking towards Buddy. Like they're all climbing all over him.
No.
Stephanie's actually videoing and has been the one who's part of it. But poor Stephanie videoed Buddy getting all of the love and attention from the puppies. So the comments were all like, I think they liked him a little more and like that type of thing. So I hope that brings them a lot of new folks to their channel because it was really sweet. And they were able to adopt all those puppies out.
Yeah. Yeah. The dodo is probably the world's largest animal advocacy channel, and they always make just the most amazing and beautiful content.
Pure content, like pure heartfelt.
Now, if you don't hush it up, we're going to lose all these folks to go watch the dodo all day, okay? Don't leave us for the dodo, okay?
They'll come back. I hope you'll come back. I mean, who doesn't want to sit and talk about
singing in the road trip?
Singing, road trips and Coke floats and you know, whatever else we got going on today.
Yeah.
What do we have going on today?
I am completely down for whatever. We've already done our chores here. I wasn't sure if you wanted to ride Talus again or not.
So I was thinking about it, but to be honest with you, they were pretty sweaty already this morning. So I was like,
it's not as cool as it was last week.
It's pretty humid right now. So I'm thinking that it's supposed to be cooler tomorrow morning. So perhaps that could be tomorrow.
Here comes all my chickens.
Yeah, they're running across.
Here comes the Longhorn Lester chickens running across here towards me.
I got close up of the Longhorn Lester chickens this morning so we could like see who's who. I got some news for you. There are 3 somethings in your little flock.
You're either going to say 3 roosters or 3 peapats. Or 3
do you know
silkies.
Already?
No.
Okay.
I do not spend the time with them that you do.
Okay.
My time with them is opening their cage, tossing out their food, filling up their waters, and then I'm done all day.
Which we still have to do. That's the one chore I did not do is fill up their waters.
And then in the afternoon, I close their cage.
Last night I was
their alarm.
I was shoulder deep in their little thing and pulling them out one by one. Stella was helping me, and then this morning, like they all looked at me like, "Oh, hey, lady, hey, like they're all excited to see me. So it was really fun.
Yeah,
and
Jamie
cute.
told me something that I don't really think is true, but she said it. If she goes, if you will go out there and make friends with Tyrone, the rooster, just make friends with Tyrone because he's the leader, then they will all become your friend. And I'm like, make friends with Tyrone, and they'll all like me. And that's what she swears.
I
And
do
so-
swear by it because that's a leader to them. So the same way that we did it with Terrence in the beginning, and then I had to, switch because Sam became the big dog. You whoever is their leader, if you make friends with them, everyone else will follow. Everybody loves your Dr. Pecker.
Yeah, but I only know of 2 roosters. Are there more than 2? Because I have Dr. Pecker and Tyrone, and there's more than 2. So obviously there's only one dominant rooster. Tyrone is the dominant. He's a lot bigger. He's a red. I don't know what you call those.
I don't know what
official.
his breed is. So he is actually going to be a full size,
And then
which makes that unique.
Dr. Pecker is actually the color of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
So that's where he gets his name, Dr. Pecker. And then I did not know there was any more, but
Yeah,
because
there's one more.
but we don't want a bunch of roosters.
No.
We
So
only want one.
the thing I'll say to you though is that because they've grown up together, they won't fight. They won't have problems like that because they're all one herd. But the dominant one will be the dominant one.
Okay.
So you won't have any problems like diversity, anything
Yeah.
like that. They will pick their own hierarchy. But you definitely have a dominant one, and you have a leader already.
Yeah, so you saw Jamie's video on the dodo where Ringo brought home an entire harem of ladies. And then the other question is, we're not on the dodo anymore because we don't give permission. We keep our videos to ourselves now.
Yeah.
We the dodo was great to help our channel grow. And there might be many of you guys who say the first time I met you and Jamie was on a dodo video. And we love that we met you through the dodo. But what we realized a little bit later was the dodo is great for bringing us new friends, you all, new family members. But the dodo was also making a lot of money off of our content, and they were not compensating. They would compensate in social currency.
Yeah.
Social currency means likes and views and new followers, but it doesn't mean a darn thing for money.
But it also meant that you gave exclusive rights to that
And you
video.
gave them
so
rights
you
to the
could
video.
no longer publish parts of that video, and that's what really bothered
Or
us.
if I published my own content,
It belonged
the
to them.
dodo would get paid for it. And I'm like, okay, you know what? The dodo is great for getting us our name out there. But at some point we just say, hey, we're no longer going to be giving you guys our content because that's just, we have our own page now. Thank you, dodo. And we did. We were very respectful. And we said, thank you so much to the team who would help us and put our videos out there. But now we have mouths to feed and we can't pay our bills with
it also
likes and
wasn't
views.
fair about the exclusivity. It wouldn't have been such an issue, but when we wanted to use it in future things like the intro songs that we make now, if there was a piece of that video in there, it would belong, the whole video then would belong to the dodo, and that wasn't fair.
No, it could be a 10-second clip and the dodo would keep every penny of it. And because that was the fine print. So I'm not knocking the dodo. They're wonderful at getting people, giving you new places to follow and names. But the dodo is also a business, and they make money off of everybody else's content.
Yeah.
Just understand that.
Yeah.
So, and the dodo does very well.
Sure does.
But
well, y'all, we're gonna go water some chicken. We're gonna go water some chickens, make another lap around here, and then maybe find something fun to do today with this beautiful weather. I fully intend to be on a back of a horse this weekend. I imagine that you do too. And I do have several projects of organization in my future, and one of my trips is 100% to Lowe's today.
So let's talk real fast about the horses I've been on so far. Okay, we'll start off with Talus, which was last Saturday. And then we went to Prim, which was on Sunday. We did Val on Monday. We did Bucky's on Tuesday. I'm off a day.
Yeah. Sunday we skipped.
Because
we had the boys.
Yes. All right. So real fast. So we've been on the backs of Talus,
Prim,
Val,
Bucky's,
and yesterday was
Yes.
stormy. And so I still have Rita, which will be easy and fun, but Gemma will only get the bareback pad, and I'll just play with her. And then, of course, Roman will get a halter and a lead rope.
You did work with Roman the other day, though.
I did.
Like I watched you out the window here. I was getting nervous. So I'm sitting here doing my work. I've spent a lot of time here this week. Sitting here doing my work, and I look up and I see Lester doing stuff with Roman, and I'm getting distracted. I have realized that me not having a window in my office at home keeps me very focused.
Laser focused.
Here, one day I look out and it's Prim. One day I look out, I'm like, like it's so easy to get distracted with the window.
I have not made long form videos, but who do you think out of those 5 was the most difficult to work with?
I already know the answer.
You do?
Yeah.
Because you were here that day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So if you guys don't know, or in case you're wondering, Prim was by far the most difficult. She gave me a run for my money.
But it wasn't actually Prim. So this is what was neat. And I'm so mad that I couldn't video because I was literally on a conference call. It was Storm's fault. Lester is saddling up Prim, and she's totally cool, calm, collected. Storm is running and circles and pacing and freaking out and screaming. And then she went to go get more horses. She ended up bringing the whole herd up from the woods to try to get Prim back because Lester rode her in the cow pasture and removed her. And that was the day that I think that you actually changed your whole plan about where you were riding from that moment.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, and Prim's smart. So she knew that she couldn't throw me off. She was trying. Now, she was not, okay, there's rear and there's buck. This is rearing up. This is bucking when you throw your hind end up. So she was not rearing up, but she was bucking. And I don't know about horse people. Horse people, you might agree. But I think it's easier to hold on when a horse rears. It's harder for me when a horse bucks. Do you know the difference in rearing and bucking?
Yes.
And so Prim was really smart in the fact that she was bucking, not rearing. And then after she knew that she could not get me off her back from bucking, her next attempt was to run me underneath alongside the barn and scrape me off of her back.
And I literally am looking out the window and I'm like, oh my God. And when I say Storm is running laps around this barn. She is going nuts. It was also the day the guys were building the fence and they had run the string. I see her run. This string snaps and goes up in the air. And then here comes Rita. Here comes Gemma. And then she takes all 3 and goes down to the woods and brings Roman and Val, everybody up. And it was like, I'm so sad that I missed this video because it was powerful because they formed like this wall running up. The fence guys all just stood still and stood like, you could see their little butts tuck in and suck it in because they were running past them and plowing through. They were coming to get their Prim. It was beautiful. And also terrifying because meanwhile over in the pasture, Prim is doing anything to get back to as well. And poor Lester's just like hanging on for dear life.
I have, of course, full length video, but I would rather just take that full length 15-minute video and cut it into pieces because I don't think that anyone wants to watch me down the hill from a miles away, it feels like. A spec riding along a horse. So what I would rather do is just take it once I get all of the horses done and then build one video of riding. I've put out a little snippet of riding. Can I show it?
Sure. I have
y'all, if you're in a hurry, guys, go ahead and go.
I have one thing though that I want to know. So they rearing and bucking. What do you call it when all 4 are off the ground? Because that is what Voodoo did to you, if you recall.
Oh my God.
Voodoo could jump with all 4 at the same exact time.
Yeah.
Michelle, you don't have to do that, but thank you so much. That was really sweet.
What did Michelle do?
Michelle just helped us with some feed.
Michelle, I'm going to send this real fast.
Kinley's doing really great. I got a picture of her yesterday. I've not gotten my daily picture today, but Xander called this morning. He had to return some stuff to Tractor Supply that I bought when I was there. So he was making his rounds early while Kinley and Kendra took a nap this morning because I guess she got up pretty early. It warms my heart that I get, like a little touch of their day and what's going on, and then a picture or a video or a FaceTime. Like I feel included, and that makes me feel
You
really
should.
proud.
That is special.
It's really proud. And I have not shown her boots yet, but she's got some boots that I'm going to have to package up and send up this week. And a few other things that I accidentally sent to us versus to them. I ordered them. I told Xander something. I was like, I ordered you something that is very cliche. And he's like, what did you do? And I ordered matching pajamas for Christmas for a picture. And I was like, that's all I want is a Christmas picture of the three of you. And he's like, okay, whatever. Well, they accidentally came to me. So now I have to reship them up north. But it's okay. It's going to be fine. Can't find it?
No, I have it right here.
Oh, okay.
So with me doing these little sponsor things, I've been trying to delete stuff. As soon as I put it up online, I'll delete it. And because I already have it here. Star Spangled Kyle. Guys, you don't have to do that. Kyle, we appreciate you. And I can give you my word, Mr. Kyle. We're going to put it to great use, but you don't have to do that. Recently saved. Right there. Coming to you. Right there.
I did get all of the barn stalls mucked out this morning while Lester refilled waters, and we got a lot done before we were able to go live with y'all. I feel accomplished. Things are in good shape at home. I've not made my counting chickens video yet just because we've been back and forth quite a bit, but I have to do that this weekend.
Counting chickens.
You know the song,
Blockbuster, I'm sure, Jamie. It's going to be a blockbuster. I can already tell.
I think it is going to be a blockbuster.
Counting chickens.
Easy.
So responsive.
There we go. Good boy. Oh boy, look at this pretty guy. Look, friends, how pretty.
Alice.
Easy. Easy. Easy.
Oh boy, there's Prim.
Okay, let's go. Come on.
Did not show the ball was from the ball.
That's my run.
Good boy.
Yeah. I did it. I didn't think I could. I got on her. Only 3 steps. Look at some long legs. Oh, here we go.
Prim.
Hey, settle down. Okay.
I was so scared.
Easy. Whoa, 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 whoa,
At the beginning,
whoa, 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 whoa,
where everything went crazy.
Yeah.
I took right there.
I saw it.
Yeah, y'all gotta stop. Look at the flush. You know, things.
I got it.
Ivy likes it. Settle down, Tina.
They were excited.
Tina.
No. Yeah, so it's just wherever I move it from. So we have had some fun. I will say that Storm was an easy ride. Bucky's a fun ride. Val, a very slow and boring ride.
That's my favorite.
Talus was a fun ride. And who am I forgetting?
Prim.
Prim.
Prim so I genuinely think you have to get back on Prim inside of here.
Yeah.
And give that a redo, because what that was not Prim's fault. That was everybody else, because there were different people here and there were trailers here. And I think that Storm thought that Prim was getting in a trailer.
Yeah.
That's what I genuinely think.
And then I also realized for the first time, I think that a lot of people can appreciate this. You sometimes don't know how much weight you've gained until you put on a certain pair of jeans or a certain dress or whatever, a certain shirt or a blouse, a hoodie. And when I put on Prim's saddle, I realized something. Now, we've not put her saddle on in a while. And I'm thinking, whoa.
Yeah, Prim.
This girl, sometimes, you have to go from one hole to the next. Guys, I think that I had to girt her down.
We haven't had her for a year yet.
I bet you that we had to girt her or ungirt her. I had to do a lot of alterations. A lot.
But we've not had her for a year, so.
But she's gained some weight. She is a fatty. I love her, but boy.
I'm not going to say it. Anyway.
Jamie told me to start cutting back some of her rations. She still gets green hay in the morning. She has plenty of green grass by day. They have dry hay out all the time. But I was giving her several cups of grains in the afternoons. And Jamie told me, this is Jamie's words, not mine. Cut back her rations, give her half rations in the afternoons. Allow her the green hay for the nutritional value.
Well, in the morning, that kicks off her day. So horses do well with spread out feedings. And she has the ability to graze. But
genes never lie. That way your scales will.
But she needs to be cut back on grain, almost no grain whatsoever. And the reason I mentioned the year thing is because I have a weird, what if something happened in her
think it's a weird fantasy. You want to have a baby horse.
Well, how else is she that big? Because she's not fed that much.
No,
and she's not a stalled horse.
No.
So we'll see.
Yeah. But we have been told by more than one source that it is time to put an actual saddle on Gemma's back. We don't have to keep the bareback pad. She's getting to the age now where she needs that saddle on her back. She needs to learn how it feels to be girded up. Girded up? That doesn't sound right. Girded up? Girded up? Girded? She needs to learn how it feels to be girded and then groundworked with the stuff on her back, right? And then eventually we'll start putting a little bit of weight to it. And so I want to say one last thing, and I would love it if you would jump in here. And I feel like I'm not trying to defend myself, or I'm not trying to defend you, but in a way, I just want to remind folks, and please, if I've ever asked horse people anything, if you're a horse person, please back me up on this one. When you see a rider on the back of a horse, that in a way is the finished product. That's the last step in all of the things that it takes to give you a healthy, happy, well-disciplined horse. That's the finished product. And we have been accused of not spending as much time and attention with our animals as what you would like to see. But I just remind you that there's a whole lot that goes on that we don't always have a camera.
The ability to get on a back is because of all the work that was put into that moment. And that goes from picking up feet and meds and grooming and handling and touching and the relationship building and the trust. And all of the time that is put in. But Lester's right. You can't video all of those moments because a lot of those moments are between you and the horse as well. Adding a third person to that diminishes the relationship, and a camera is a third person to that, which is why the goggles are so important for riding. If you're going to video anything that
I have both my hands if I need them,
and he's communicating with the horse. So because the goggles are on his face, he's not focusing on this and looking at a camera. The horse is reading your reactions, your breathing, your words, your tone, your heartbeat, where they're looking at what you're looking at, and they're checking back to you. It is an incredible thing.
I think, as a matter of fact, tomorrow or whenever I post the video of me on Storm, I think that you guys will see the amazing movement of the horse's ears as she's listening for directions and directives. Jamie noted it before I even noticed. And then now, horse people, thank you for being so kind right there. And now it's completely okay, horse people, to say that, Lester, you really got to get your hands right. And I told Jamie, I made an admission. I says, Jamie, do you realize that by me having these goggles where I can actually see where my hands are at, I have learned for the first time in all of these years what people keep saying about my hands. Because I feel like my hands might be out here in that plow driving, pull here. And I think that you would like to see my hands here in the center with that tug left, or that slight pull, the body weight, the motions of me that can do a whole lot more to drive the horse than just pull the head left or pull the head to the right. And so I'm still learning so very much. And I've seen it in the comments. I've never realized what you were saying until I sit there with those goggles watching myself, or at least where my hands go, to realize that my hands are way over here and my hands need to be here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not trying to make excuses. We don't bit. We don't use bits in the mouth, and we don't use hacks to squeeze, and we don't inflict any pain. And I'm not saying there's anything, I'm not being negative to those who do. But we're just trying to know that our horses are all, for the most part, rescues. They've already lived a long life. I want to, and Jamie wants to give them the purpose of being able to be ridden on occasion, because we think they actually enjoy that. I know they love the grooming. They love all of the attention. And I don't think that they mind us on their back.
Now, I told you that I actually thought that Talus was like wanting me on his back. And today he did the same thing. I walked out, I fed everybody, I mucked the stalls, and I came by to give everybody some love. And Talus literally like goes underneath my arm. And
hey, how about you on my back?
He doesn't do that every day, but today he did. And I was like, tomorrow, buddy, tomorrow. It's a little hot today. They're all getting their winter coat, and I just don't want to do it. I also want it to be enjoyable for both of us. I don't want it to be to where it's hot and sweaty and something that they don't look forward to, and it's not very long and all those things. So maybe it's this evening, maybe it's tomorrow morning.
Yeah, horse riding is also seasonal, because just like they don't want to be in all that, we don't want to be out there either, having to work through the heat and the sun, the direct sun, and all the things.
And that's our call, like I know people are like, it's good for them to, it's great. Okay. It is great. Nobody is here to make judgments about that. We're doing this on our time, when we feel the time is right, when we're not stressed to go anywhere, when just doing it for pleasure. That's what I'll say, is for pleasure, for theirs and ours.
Yeah, it has been fun. It's been nervous. There's been a few nervous moments with Prim trying to rake me off. And of course, I did not show you in that little video snippet what I actually had to go through. But she literally thought, you know what, if I can't buck you off, I will use the columns of that barn and I'll rub you off. I'll scrape you off my back.
Yeah.
And guys, it didn't matter how hard I pulled. I had heard this from Mr. Rick. So if you don't like it, go to Mr. Rick. But when they start getting where they're out of control, you got to turn that head one way or the other, and almost turn that head all the way back to you to regain your control.
Yeah.
And I'm not lying, guys. Jamie may have saw it. I had that girl's head turned all the way to one side to regain the control, and she was just determined to get me off of her back.
The only thing I'll say, though, is, again, I think that in a different scenario, it is important to ride them away. We know about Buddy Sour, Barn Sour, the whole thing. I think that with time, when she knows that it's not scary, this is what's going to happen. At the end of it, I get a little muffin. It'll be better. But there was a lot going on that day. And in Prim's defense, Storm rallied the troops and was causing more and more and more. So next round, I expect to be 10 times better.
Yeah.
And for it to be short-lived. The other part is Prim is a bit horse, and we're not riding with a bit. So that was very different for her too. And all of those teeny tiny things matter. It could have been also that she is fat and her stuff was extremely tight. And that was her discomfort in the first place, is that she's being saddled at that point. So we have a lot to work through, but we're working through it, and we're showcasing it as we do it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Prim. So let me clarify one thing, because everybody's freaking out. How could Prim be pregnant?
Okay.
This is Prim's first time is
Wilson
at here right now, at the JL Ranch. if Prim is pregnant, she came pregnant.
Oh yeah, she did not get pregnant from
She
Grandpa.
didn't get pregnant from Grandpa, and there has been no other exposure. So she was hauled here, and I don't know what she was exposed to prior to. So that is a full disclosure, and it would be like an any day now scenario if that is. I don't believe that to be the case, but there's always this thing in the back of my head of what if. And until we pass that time frame, then we won't know.
Sue goes, you started in the saddle and you ended in the saddle. Nothing wrong with that. Thank you, Miss Sue. I appreciate that comment.
You ready to get this day going? We've been going for over an hour.
Yeah,
babe.
we got to get off of here, guys. We had you for a long time. Now, remember, I talked about it before. Now, I can't speak for Jamie, but I've asked your permission not to post a lot of videos on the weekend. Okay, so Jamie and I are going to go live here Saturday mornings to let you know what's going on in our world. We're going to wrap up the weekend on Sunday night with what's going on in our world on a live video. But guys, I need a little bit of time off from the video content, if you don't mind. Something big happens, or we find ourselves on the road and we want to go live, and I want to show you what we're looking at, or if we're house shopping or whatever. And I absolutely, but if you don't mind, just please give me a little bit of space because I've been a little bit overwhelmed. And I know I did it to myself. I've done it to myself. I'm not blaming you, but I am going to start trying to find, for my own mental health, taking at least the weekends to regroup, gather my thoughts, and I do think that I'll be a whole lot more efficient and effective throughout the week if you'll give me a little bit of grace on the weekends.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense to you?
Yep.
I have no idea what Jamie's going to post, but use your weekends. If you're a video person and you love to watch your YouTubes, use your weekends to check up and to catch up on all of our old content. Because don't forget, there's over 5,000 videos, long videos, that we've made over the course of the 8 years. 5,000 is a lot.
It is a lot. I have one that we'll post today, just a little sweet catch-up video from last night. But other than that, that's kind of the way we're going to try to do, is that we will hang out with you live. And if we go somewhere, we'll bring you along. Absolutely. But we really want to take the weekends to just regroup and just be able to be really present for you during the week.
Yeah. Yeah, like normal people, just who take weekends off and have time with their family.
It's not off. It's time to do things in real
don't
life.
worry. I still got to get Lex today, and I'll still probably grab Connor, and we'll still do all the things, and we'll go do something together. But it's just, I was just pushing myself a little bit too hard. So, all righty.
All right. Well, we're out of creamer, so that's step one.
Thank y'all for watching. We love you very much, and we'll go ahead and end this thing the same way we started it, Jamie, with a little cornholio. How about it?
Sounds
Can you
good.
find out which one it is?
Left.
There?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep. Nope.
That's not it, Jamie.
Well, it's not that.
We'll just let them watch this.
Oh my gosh. Bye, y'all.
Hey, what you doing? Going shopping or checking your bank again?
Have you ever heard of privacy?
Nope. And what I'm doing isn't even illegal.
Sponsored by.
And that is why I use Surfshark VPN. It keeps nosy neighbors and anyone else from spying on you while you're online.
Hey, what? Where'd you go? Huh?
I'm invisible, buddy.
Stay safe. Stay invisible. Surf anywhere.